All right, guys. It's time to solve a mystery. A murder of a family. From the Butler County Times, the Roottrees are dead. All right, let's get into it. The Roottrees are dead. The mystery begins here. All right. Let's learn a little bit about the Roottrees, shall we? I'm super excited about this. I've heard really good things about this game. From a little bit I saw, it seemed super fun. So I am very excited. I hope you guys enjoy. It's a little bit of a change up from the usual stuff we're doing. December 6th, 1998.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe what's happened.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news.
I have.
In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company's lawyers are scrambling.
I can only imagine. This is a tragedy. This is a tragedy. How's the volume for you guys? Let me know if it's too loud. It looked like it was pretty loud when it started.
Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer.
Are you implying what I think you're implying?
I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for.
I see. The plot already thickens.
I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees.
You came to the right man.
A genealogy genie, as it were.
Indeed.
I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
I am ready. Give me your test, mystery woman. All right, here's our test to see if we're up for the job. God, I'm getting such great, 60s noir vibes. This is so cool. This is so cool. All right, our first task. Complete the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. We have a to-do list to... Oh. Sleuth! We have a to-do list to examine evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, and fill in the photos. The siblings are in birth order from oldest to youngest. Interesting. Okay. Okay, cool. First things first. Oh my goodness. Tess! Tess, what's going on? Thank you for the sub, the resub. 10 months! 10 months. 10 months. That's insane. Tess, thank you. Thank you. God, it's not even about the sub. It's more just having been here for 10 months. That is so fucking cool. Tess, you rock. Everyone else, you rock too. You guys are the best, but holy shit, that's crazy. That's insane, man. Thank you, Tess. That's very, very kind. How are you doing today? It's so good to see you. I was driving today and practice parking. Nice. Getting some good practice in. Hey, you gotta start somewhere. Imagine having money. Ads are crazy. Hey, I'm right there with you. I ain't living luxuriously. We're all just getting by. Almost been stuck with me a whole year. Sucks for you. I don't know how I do it. It truly is a mystery. How do I do it? I truly don't know. Let's get into it. Our first test. Completing the family tree of the Roottrees sisters. Actually, when I parked for the first time, my mom wasn't even outside. She threw me the keys and said, "Can you move the car?" So I did. There you go. Attaboy. All right. You don't have any portraits available to add to the family tree. To get started, click on the faces on your evidence tab. Okay, we are now in the evidence tab. Here we go. We got milk picture. They were sponsored by milk? The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, Let me get ready. This is serious. You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottrees is a full-time job, but so is growing up. After all, the calcium found in milk is so important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it. They were in the chocolate business, eh? Interesting. Okay, lovely photo here of the gals. Got some big ass teeth. Okay, cool. Other evidence. Okay, we have a list of names. This list was provided to you by the mysterious person who showed up at your door. You'll need it to fill in the family tree. We have all the women in the family. It's a lot. And all the men in the family is also a lot. Holy cow, this is good lord. This family is hefty. Okay. Awesome. We just got the names and the got milk picture. Okay. Not much to go off of, but I guess we'll keep going from there. So you need to search the internet for clues. Okay, go to the internet. Oh, check this out. This is like Y2K era internet right here. Oh, it's dial-up. I bet half of you in chat don't even know what dial-up is. Oh my god, I hate it. Giving me the flashbacks. Spider search. Pro tip, you can create notes quickly by highlighting text with your mouse. Oh, that's cool. Spider search. Let's just type in Roottrees. The first few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless advertisements and conversation about the various products made by the Roottrees Candy Company. Oh, they were a candy company. So I see the chocolate. That makes sense. Most articles mention Carl Roottree, who was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company. His daughters are also eulogized, collectively referenced to as the Roottrees sisters. They've been famous from a very early age. Let's look up Carl Roottree. That's a starting point. That's a name. Here we go. Carl Roottree died in the recent plane crash along with his wife, Brenda Roottree, and their daughters, the Roottree sisters. Give me names. I need names. Who gave them veneers that young? What the hell? Yeah, the veneers are kind of crazy. They got some massive teeth. I go missing and they're like, damn, beautiful girl, but look at that forehead. Listen, even when you're missing, they can't help pick apart your flaws, you know? So Carl was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company, well, as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Roottrees Candy Company plans to put out a press release somewhere within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and the questions they have been receiving. Once you finish placing the Roottrees sisters on the family tree, it would be wise to repeat this search. Okay, so we'll come back to Carl Roottree. I see. What do we do? Roottrees sisters, since this is like everywhere. Oh, hold on. Did we get names? We got names. We got names. There are a lot of obituaries that focus on the Roottrees sisters' modeling careers. You also come across an official Roottrees fan site, seemingly curated by a teenager. It's neon pink with purple text, and hard to read until you highlight the words. The young webmaster writes, Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest and got married to TMS. Who the hell is TMS? But Riley is the smart one. Rose is the middle child, like me. All right, we've got all our names then. They're organized from oldest to youngest, left to right. Raina's the oldest. Rose is the middle. Riley is the smart one. It said I can make notes if I highlight stuff. So can I do that? Highlight? Oh, yeah, that's so cool. I don't even need to make a note. I can just save it like that. Good? Perfect. Okay. You might think they are rich just because they are models, but their dad is also the president of the candy company, and their mom, Brenda, is a fashion designer. They do the modeling for her brand, Root. I eat Roottrees candy all the time. My favorite are Maple Crisp. And try to dress in plaid Root. Clothes like Riley does it. What kind of company is this? What kind of company makes candy, has a clothing brand, and does ads with Got Milk? Like, are they like Amazon in 20 years when they've taken over the world? But instead of the Bezoses, it's the Roottrees. This game design is so school, or is school. I assume you mean cool, and I totally agree. This is so sick. That's why I want to play this. They got it all. I know they really do. It's kind of crazy. This universe is Disney for real. I know, it's insane. I mean, even Disney wishes he was like this. So we got Roottrees candy. Oh, hold on. I tried to dress in plaid Root. root clothes like Riley does in most of the posters. Someday I want to get my ears pierced like Rose. Well, that's gonna help us with the picture probably. That's gonna help us discern who's who. So let's highlight that. And then none of the rest of the stuff is irrelevant. Back to the board. Okay. Pull up our handy dandy notebook. Look around Blue's Clues. So Raina is the oldest. We see oldest is on the far left. So this is Raina. Raina. The middle child was Rose, I believe. Yes. What a weird way to spell Rose, by the way. R-H? Who spells Rose like that? Or am I misspelling it wrong? No, it's R-H. It is definitely R-H. R-H. Huh. Was it a typo? That's weird. Let's look again. Right, she's putting an H in all of these names, which I think is so bizarre. How the fuck did I type school? What the fuck? Sorry, I just woke up. You just woke up. It's all good, but just woke up. Take a nice little nap. Thomas, I think you missed your calling. I know, I should have been a PI. That's what I'm learning here. I should have been a PI. Guys, I missed my calling. This maybe should have been what I should have been doing with my life. Maybe it's not too late. Okay, so Rose with an H is not showing up when I type that in. Interesting. But when I type in Rose, no H, also doesn't show up. So I'm wondering if these are the right names. I wonder. Let's see. We've got Raina. We've got Riley. Riley's one of the ones we need. There's no Rose. Does Rose not exist? I don't know. Let's just type in Riley at least. We got Riley. And then as for the picture. So, if we remember correctly, the picture said the one girl likes to try and wear plaid, root plaid, from their clothing brand. Just like Riley does. Riley is the smart one, youngest. She is right here wearing the plaid, so this is her. How do can I cut the picture up? Can I do some little incisions? Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay, so now we got pictures of each. So we know Riley is in the plaid, so she is big old buck teeth here. I'm so sorry. They're like Kaylee's and Riley's. I know. I don't know why people spell their names like that. It's so bizarre. Nap. I had a long day at work. Came home, changed, and got in bed. V nasty. I couldn't relate any harder than that. I almost didn't stream today because I'm kind of tired. But after I showered and ate dinner and stuff, because I had a long work day, I was feeling rejuvenated, and I really wanted to play this. So it gave me the energy I needed to get on. All right, so now we've got. Do we have any other ideas for pictures? So root clothes like Riley does. We got that. And then ears pierced like Rose. So Rose is the middle one here. She has her ears pierced, and so that leaves Raina in the end. Okay, so we've got each of the pictures. We've got two of the names. Rose, for some reason, doesn't exist. So I guess we're gonna say unknown female, because her name just doesn't show up. I'm gonna put unknown female, even though we know who it is. I'm not really sure why that's doing that, but okay. Okay. Now we need to fill in the occupations. Occupations. I guess it's gonna be back to. Oh, real quick. Let me look through the names real fast. See if we see a Rose, or even something just vaguely related to Rose. Like, could Rose be a nickname, possibly? I bet it could be. I bet Rose could be a nickname, but what would Rose be a nickname for, you know? Yeah, nothing here is screaming. Maybe she's adopted. Maybe she's an illegitimate child. She's not theirs. Oh, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. I once knew a kid named Aiden. Said Aiden, spelled A-I-G-H-D-A-N. Her parents hated her clearly. Damn, that's kind of doing her filthy. That's crazy. That's crazy. All of my tables today felt so entitled with their sticks up their asses and treated me like their little servant. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. The serving waiter restaurant business industry is not a kind one. Rose could be a nickname for Rosalind or something. That's what I was thinking. Wait, if she's not real, she's like you? No, she's not. What do you mean she's not like me? I'm real. What the hell are you talking about? She's AI like you. What do you mean? I'm real, guys. Come on. Let's just type in Rose. Or more specific, Rose Roottrees. Here we go. Let's see if this helps us. Rose Roottrees is not as popular as her older sister Raina, but still very well known. Most of the time, they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than one searching for her sisters together. Okay. Brand names, product lines, things like that, it said to take note of. What about this? They said take note of brand. It says take notes of names, books, product lines, or magazines you don't recognize. So they mentioned here, this girl in her blog post, she likes Roottrees candy, the favorite being Maple Crisp. What happens if we look up Maple Crisp? Here we go. Maple Crisps are Roottrees' most recent product. Introduced in 1992, they are a series of circular, crunchy wafers coated in nuts and chocolate maple flavoring. The website of a fan says that they came to be during the tenure of Ernie Jr., a former president of the Roottrees Candy Company. There's a commercial that aired a few years back during the Super Bowl. Okay, that could be useful for later, but it doesn't really help us now. I am going to highlight this, though, because that seems kind of relevant. Okay. I feel like Thomas would tip $2 TBH just to say he left a tip. I would not do that. I tip appropriately when I dine out and I'm at a restaurant or dining establishment. How dare you imply that I tip poorly? So rude. I would never. Unless the service is so bad, then I wouldn't tip. Like, the service would have to be atrocious. He would tip at max $5. Okay. Or you would put money on the table and take a bill away each time something is messed up. Who the fuck do you guys think I am? Come on. Give me a little slack here. I'm not a monster. You guys take me from some kind of deviant, some kind of sicko. Come on. Oh, is the girl's occupations all just model? That actually might be it. Hold on, let's try this. I didn't actually think to do that. And then Raina is actually married. She has a spouse. Let's look her up on the internet, because maybe we'll find that. Raina, here we go. Oh, yep, I keep forgetting the last name. There we go. It gives us the same results as before, unfortunately. Yeah, they're models. That's definitely their career. How could we narrow down who her spouse is? Oh, TMS. Oh, yes, it's right in front of me. TMS. I even said, what's TMS? TMS is a common abbreviation for the early 90s teen heartthrob, Tommy Mark Sheridan. His first credited role as Tommy Sheridan was on a soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after his starring role on the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use, and more recently, his relationship with Raina Roottrees. After a short engagement, they married in 1997 when she was only 19 and he was 23. Ooh, spicy. Getting after it early. Okay. All right, then. That is Tommy Mark Sheridan. Can we input that name? No, unknown name. What do we do? TMS. Okay. How do we add names? That's what I'm confused on. What if I do this? If I do that, does it now add the name? Because we know the name. We have it. How do I add the name? I don't want hints. No. We're not doing hints. We're not doing hints. List of names. Men. Tom. Oh, it's Thomas. It's Thomas Sheridan. Hey, just like me. Good old Thomas. All right, cool. So then we know Rose's name. We just need to... It's obviously short for something. I just don't know what. I just don't know what. I got a pedicure the other day with my grandma, and the lady cut my toe open. I still tipped her $20. That's really funny, actually. I mean, listen, you guys think I'm some monster, but I will admit, like, yes, I don't think you should have to tip if someone gives you truly, truly bad service. Like, actually bad. They actually do a bad job, and they, I don't think tipping them slightly less is a bad thing. Now, if they did fine, then, don't be a jerk, but, I think you can be a little lenient when it comes to, changing things up, Making one. All right, cool. You always have to tip a lot. I mean, I think 20% is standard and that's appropriate. Fraud marriage. He only gives people tips in pennies. I do not. I tip, guys. I tip very respectfully. I tip appropriately. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't. Miracle Jr., Miracle Third. These are people's names? What? Okay, clearly the middle Roottrees name is not that. And it's, I don't know what it is. Okay, back to, actually, let's go to the house for a second. Is there anything to do in here? No, it's just all of our stuff. Also, hold on. Riot Girl. Sick. Super cool. The Notorious Montjoys. Mystery Comics number 32. Tales of Suspense. Okay. Enough goofing around. Enough goofing off. We got things to do. We got important mysteries to solve. Didn't they live in Pittsburgh? Maybe City News or records show up if you search their name or city. Ooh, good idea. Be nasty. Come on. But use that brain. Use that big brain. Nothing relevant to your investigation was found for Pittsburgh. Okay, nice try. But I like where your head's at. I really do like where your head's at. We just need to find something specific to Rose. She's the only thing we're actually missing here. So we know Rose has her ears pierced. I don't know if we could tie that to anything. Rose is a middle child like me. We know she's the middle child. I want to try root close. There we go. Root period, the period is part of the name, is a clothing company. They make clothes for children, from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, likely due to increased web traffic. Whenever an artist dies, their stuff always skyrockets. It's always like this. You find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You spy the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you too can be like Riley, Rose, and Raina." You know what I'm also noticing? They all have the RH in their names. It seems too convenient. Like, Rose would definitely have a different name, but they changed it to be Rose. So that way, like, it fits, the theme of the other sisters, like, because they're all like a matching set. Kind of like I'm trying to think of another like famous set of twins or triplets. You know what I mean? You can also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Reina appeared on almost all of them. There is only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sisters' mother and Root's head designer, appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Boom, baby, there we go. That's what we needed. That is what we needed. So Rose is not your real name. Hey, there we go. Master Sleuth. You can't hide the truth from me. All right, we have found out 3 of our 50 blood relatives. Jesus Christ. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entry, Sheridan Thomas. Booyah. All right, mystery lady, I'm ready.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired.
That was it? That was the prerequisite? I just knew how to use the internet? You know what? The bar was low, but we nailed it. We nailed it.
The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even.
Oh.
But here's the catch.
What is it?
The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
I just did a pretty basic internet search that anyone can do. I feel like you're assuming a lot of my capabilities.
The man who started it was
throwing it out there
about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay, looking for blood relatives
Anyone
only.
related only by marriage is optional. But filling them in can lead to useful discoveries.
Like Thomas Sheridan or Tommy Sheridan. We'll see if we can.
Lastly,
we'll try to do the optional ones if we
you now
can.
have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees.
Okay.
Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree.
Okay.
I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
6 more blood relatives. Okay. Easy enough. Holy shit. So you're leaving.
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
It's a little bizarre, but okay. Sure. Okay, so these are all our notable Roottrees. People that are easy to find. We should really like find them with a fairly simple internet search. Sleuth! All right. First of all, look at this board. Oh my God. We've got our work cut out for us. My Lord. This is not going to be easy. But I'm actually really excited about it. What is this? Hold on. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot going on right now. I feel like I'm getting sensory overload. What the hell is she hiding? I don't know. Something doesn't feel right. I know it. Something doesn't feel right. The murder, probably. You think it was? We think it was all a plot. It was all a scheme. All I see is nepotism. You're not entirely wrong. You're not entirely wrong. Fun fact: Action Comics #1 was the first appearance of Superman ever in a comic book. Batman's first appearance wasn't until Action Comics #27. Interesting. I knew about Superman being in Action Comics #1. I did not know Batman's first appearance was in Action Comics #27. Interesting. I didn't know Spider-Man was Amazing Fantasy #15. So there's your little comic book fact right back at you. All right, we got 3 to 9 person who hired you returns, or before the person who hired you returns. Every time you get 3 additional blood relatives in the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Cool. 1 second real fast. I do want to mess with this again. Music volume, that's what I want to do. I want to turn this back up. This needs to come down. I've noticed the music is just really loud. Okay, that should be better. All right, cool. Let's get back into it. Okay, so now the question is, where do we start? There's a lot going on here. I want to look at this, though. What is this? Top secret. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Oh, that's cool. Okay. This is so fun, man. I love this. I love this vibe so much. Not Action Comics, sorry. Detective Comics number 27. Gotcha. Love the music. I feel mysterious. I know. The vibe right now is immaculate. I am loving this. This is so cool. All right, so let's start with going off of the Roottrees sisters because we know them. We know them. They are familiar to us. Like, first things first, we know their father. That's Carl, right? He was with them on the plane crash. We need a picture of him though. So let's go to the internet. Carl Roottrees. He died in the plane crash along with his wife Brenda Roottrees. We have her name, and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. Clothing company, yeah. Can we get some information here? It is with a heavy heart we mourn the loss of Carl, Brenda, and the Roottrees sisters, and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottrees family is in shock and requesting privacy at this time. As head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some of these accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. We are absolutely highlighting that. That seems extremely important. I forgot. We do also have access to periodicals now that the lady gave us. And it seems there's also now a public library, which I imagine that will be highly relevant. Let's go to the periodicals. This is the database of magazines and newspapers. So I imagine we can get some photos from here. Let's go Carl Roottrees. Be sure to have the correct magazine or newspaper name. We need names of the periodicals. That's going to be a little bit tougher. That's going to be a little bit more difficult. So Carl's great-grandfather. Great-grandfather? So that's going to be... This is Carl's... One of these is Carl's father. One of these is Carl's grandfather. So this is Carl's great-grandfather right up here. And we already know his name is Elias. It's just telling us that. Or is it? It says Gwyneth, it says Elias, but it says unknown name, which is interesting. It's telling us the names already. What if I go Elias Roottrees? Ooh, there's multiple Eliases. I imagine he would be Elias, like the OG. Elias OG, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm standing in a dark alleyway wearing a trench coat and top hat, smoking a cig like my life depends on it. The vibes are so good. Literally Spidey Noir vibes. I dress similar to how this sounds sometimes. What, you wear like a trench coat and a top hat from like the 1960s in the year 2025? I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just asking. I have a trench coat. I am planning to get another one. Fair enough. Fucking fair enough, buddy. All right. Very cool. I don't want to guess, but I am just going to throw in here Elias Roottrees, CEO, because it seems very likely that this is who this is. We have the name already pinned here. Same thing with Gwyneth. Although, not as easy for Gwyneth because I don't know if it's going to be her maiden name. So we'll wait on her. It should probably be the same name, but I'm not 100% sure. And then as for this is Carla, right? Or no, what was her name? Brenda White? It looks like so it is going to be maiden names. Roottrees Brenda, just going to check. Check. No. So I'm going to go ahead and put Brenda. Let's just double check and do Brenda White and just see where that leads us. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. The auction describes it a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottree and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. Wait, what? It just said someone across an auction for a black and blue dress. It's a vintage dress. Then it says the white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. Is this a reference to that huge trend / meme from like 2019? Does anyone remember what I'm talking about? It was like a dress online, a picture of it, and everyone would say it was blue and black, or something with it was white and gold. Is that what this is a reference to? That's awesome. Is that what I'm talking about? I always thought it was cool enough for a trench coat. Unfortunately for me, I'm short, so anytime I wear a long coat, it's like a dress for my little chicken legs. No way. It was fucking gold. The color changing dress, bro. The color theory dress. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's hilarious. Unless this is one of the inconsistencies the game mentioned for me to look out for. This feels bizarre. I'm gonna highlight that just because it seems relevant. But we did confirm that Brenda White is her maiden name, which is good. I do want to go back. Oh, no. Let's go back to Carl Root. I can't type. Also, I love that keyboard sound. God, that's so nice. Watchman of the Year. That's what I want to look up right now. Watchman of the Year. Nothing. That's interesting. Did I misspell it? Watchman of the Year. I did misspell it. And everyone knows spelling is extremely important. There we go. Oh, we got a new periodical added, Business Watch. That seems extremely important. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and the economy. They've been around for over 100 years in one form or another and will often write about major changes in management and famous companies. Every year, they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field they call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that two Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year. Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. So I think I got Elias right. Business Watch does not host an online archives on any site you can find via spider search. But you may be able to find individual articles and issues through your periodical search. Okay, let's go check the periodicals. Business Watch. We need keywords. Let's go Carl Roottree. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and a summary of the article has been added to your evidence. There we go. That's what I needed. That probably just gave us a photo. Let's go check. Our evidence. Here. Hey, there he is, you handsome devil. All right, we got our photo of Carl Roottree. Intuition. What's this? You've been in this line of work for a long time. So long, in fact, you've developed a sixth sense for how useful your evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells. The list of famous people that you can find via search engine? It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list and old evidence will become less useful. Trust your intuition. If a piece of evidence seems too good to be true, take a closer look at the people or phrases it mentions. Often, the most satisfying revelations come from retracing a path you thought was fully explored, armed with a new perspective. Sometimes the reason certain evidence has such high value is because it can lead to finding more evidence. You may be missing a huge piece of the puzzle. Cool. I like it. Okay, so we got his photo, so that's nice. Carl Roottree grabs life by the roots. Okay. We've got a little write-up here. We should probably read through this, I imagine. If you guys haven't figured this out by now, it's gonna be a lot of reading, but I'm gonna try and do it in as entertaining a way as possible. Carl Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987, and a photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders, and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottree Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. This is a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottree. Huge. A notable singer who had a young daughter on the same age as Raina. Word spread. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Other blood relatives, who have a say in the company's finances, refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became their catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Got it. Okay, so we got some useful information out of this. Carl's cousin Jim Roottrees. That's important. And then Carl and his second cousin Ernie Jr. spearheaded Root. That's important as well. All right, big. And it says there's 3 pieces of evidence here, which I'm going to guess that's probably it. 1, 2, photos, 3. I'm guessing. I don't actually know for sure. We will come back here should we need to. We also have some other stuff I should be looking at here. What's this? The story so far. This is just what's happening now. We don't need to read that. What is this? Roottrees 5 pieces. There's 5 flavors because the original inventor had 5 kids. Maybe that's why kids still love them. Radical new flavors because it's no longer than the 1920s. What even is an elderberry anyway? Awesome apple, bad blue raspberry, cool chocolate, so strawberry, and power plum. There is 11 clues here. What? There's 11 clues in this one thing? That's insane. Okay. We're gonna have to really pick this thing apart. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. The ad also mentions that the current 5 flavors are not the same as back then. Okay. I'd be pissed if I got the worst flavor. What would be the worst flavor here? I guess Power Plum sounds disgusting. Power Plum sounds nasty. Also, I do want to point out that the Power Plum is pointing to the green leaf here, when Awesome Apple is already pointing to the green leaf. I don't know if that's a mistake or if that's an intentional error. I just noticed that right away. So I noticed this right here, Teen Blast, the magazine. Is that a magazine we can look at? Teen Blast, let's go 5-piece. No. It's worth a shot. I was feeling bold. Oh, it's 5 pieces. What if I highlight it? Will that help me register it? Oh, we did get it. Oh, sweet. Okay, nice. Teen Blast has played host to many Roottrees advertisements over the years for many of their products, including 5 pieces. They flowed the results. One of them was already in your evidence. Oh. So is that just evidence we already have, or did that give me something new? That might have been something I already knew, but that's okay. They had cocaine flavor back then? What the fuck? Hey, listen, back in the 1920s, things were a little bit different. Maybe it's like those jelly beans where you don't know the flavor until you taste it. Possible. And the flavor is like rotten ass. I don't know, man. These Roottrees, for them to be as big as they are, their candy better be pretty damn good. We can move this. I mean, we're at least learning a few things. The original guy had 5 kids, so that's something. This seems weirdly important. The little thing down here just says, what even is an elderberry anyway? And it's pointing to the 1920s. There was no other mention of elderberries on here. That seems weirdly relevant. I don't know how yet, but it seems relevant. So there's obviously a lot here. It's telling me there is, but I'm going to come back to this because I don't really know how that can help us right now. There also is this. Notable Roottrees. Oh. So here's the notable Roottrees. 33. Jesus Christ. We're about to get Carl. We've got Elias and Gwyneth. The reason I said O is because of right here, quote unquote, red Roottree. That seems relevant to me because I'm wondering if that has some kind of connection to maybe the candy of some kind. I don't know, like the red candy, like his red is his nickname. Does it have to do with maybe he liked candy a lot and he liked the red flavor? So the so strawberry. I'm not actually sure. We'll obviously come back to that as well, but food for thought. Or candy for thought. Haha. I'm so sorry. All right. Let's throw Carl in there. We know he is the CEO. At least I thought he was. What else could he be? He might have been the president, actually. Okay. That's not working. I thought he was the CEO. I really did. Was he not the CEO when the bad things happened? Have you ever had those jelly beans though where they have like sour apple and then puke? Oh my god, yeah. The I forget what they're called. Bean Boozle. Yeah, you got it. Bean Boozle. I've had Bean Boozle. They're disgusting. They're fun though. They're fun when someone gets a bad one and you get it going. Oh, it's a good time. Thomas, I think it's pointing to the purple leaf, by the way. I see. All right, well, maybe I was just, pretending something was there when it wasn't. Thomas should do it when he dies in a horror game. Yes, I second that. He should have a point redeemer. He has to eat like 4. Like 4? What? No. How do we go from 1 to 4? That's insane. He should eat 4. It's like, I feel like we took a bit of a hop, skip, and a leap from 1 to 4. Okay, let me look up Carl again. Carl Roottrees. Just to ensure that he was in fact called the CEO and he didn't have like a different title. Because he might have had a different title entirely. He was the president of the Roottrees Candy Company, as well as the clothing company Root. So he was the president, actually. Huh. Interesting. So in that case, which president was he? I don't know. Okay. What about Brenda? No, that should be right. Let's move on from Carl, because I'm not sure what his deal is right now. Let's go to... Where's our next starting point? Let's go back to the notable Roottrees. We do have that list of notable Roottrees. That was a starting point that I kind of got off of too quickly. Notable Roottrees. There is Carl Roottrees. We know that already. We've been working on him. We've got Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees. So let's start with maybe Elias. Elias Roottrees. Here we go. Elias Roottrees was the founder and first president of the Roottrees Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Roottrees Candy Company. At the top, there's a picture of him and his wife, Gwyneth. That picture has been added to your evidence. Boom. Very nice. There's also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing 5 Pieces, a popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. After 5 Pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He's quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child inked by blood to me should be inked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottrees Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Interesting. That seems relevant. We should look that up in a minute. Below that, there's a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. We got that, okay. 4 keeps it interesting. Does it? Or does it just make me suffer more? I have to wonder. Newbies meant per death. That would be cool too, but the man hardly ever dies. That is true. That is true. I hardly ever die because I am very good at video games. How astute of you to notice. He's like the video game master. Yes, yes. Yes, indeed I am. Indeed I am. How nice of you to notice. I truly am something of a video game connoisseur. I think that will change in Silent Hill. No, it'll be more of the same, more of the same. I am simply too good. Too good. Simply too good. That's what I do. Okay. Newly admitted into evidence. Wow. A photo of Elias and Gwyneth Roottrees. Back to our board. Here we've got Elias. Here we've got Gwyneth. We know Gwyneth is Gwyneth Roottrees. Which is not actually showing up. G-Y-N. And there we go. So we need her maiden name. It's either Anderson or it's Madsen. So we're going to look up. Let's start with Anderson. Gwyneth. Gwyneth Anderson. You found some information on the website for the first Anderson maple farm. There are a few pictures, including a famous picture of Elias and Gwyneth. That's her name. There we go. Before marrying Elias, Gwyneth Roottrees was Gwyneth Anderson. She had no brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson maple farm so long as she married. Only produced syrup. We knew that. They eventually made 5 pieces. It's been preserved as a tourist attraction. There's still daily demonstrations and educational tours. Turn of the century appliances, and Gwyneth would have used as a housewife in the early 1800s. Okay, so we've confirmed her name, which is nice. Her name is Gwyneth Anderson. Lovely. So he was the first president. First. She, what was she actually? She ran the maple farm. So what would that make her? Was she a farmer? Housewife. She was a housewife. Hey, there we go. Nicely done, nicely done. Claps all around, claps all around. Bow to the master. Thank you, Thomas. You are awesome, Thomas. Thank you, Tess. Oh, we got all 3. Oh, nice. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. You've also locked the following optional entry, White Brenda. Booyah! Nice. Very cool. Okay, so it looks like it does a couple at once. So we actually had Carl right. We just need to get some others and then it'll kind of lock them all in. All right, cool. So that's the start. Now where to next? We know that Elias and Gwyneth had 5 children. As we can see here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As far as next best place to start, I think we can only go back to once again, the notable Roottrees. Seems like the only logical thing to do. And just kind of work our way down the list. My streamer's so smart. Thank you. Thank you. You know, what can I say? What can I say? I have my moments. Is he just yours or do you share him? No. I am a streamer for the people. I am for the people. You know, I am for everyone. All right. Our next notable Roottrie here is Gwyn Roottrie. Gwynn. Some very interesting names in this family. Gwynn Roottrie. Ooh, this is a lengthy one. You find some information on our website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. The site is not very well organized, and the search is broken. You can get the individual pages from your search engine. Gwyn Roottrie is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie, Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwyn from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Nice. Did you know trivia? Gwyn was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrie, the founder of Roottrie Candy. She shouldn't have been named Roottrie, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Interesting. Okay, this is extremely relevant right here. We're going to highlight that. I also want to highlight this. because I feel like these movies could maybe be points of search. Anytime something's in quotes, I think we might search that thing. So let's see if we can find Gwen. She is Elias's granddaughter. So not at the first row. She's going to be in this third row here. She was married, which it looks like everyone is, so it's not going to help us at all. But we know that she was, I think it says she was divorced. Yes. And it says right here, split up. So that actually might be her. No one else appears to have divorced except for right here. So I'm going to go on a limb and say that this is actually her. And we know that this is Gwen Roottrees. She was an actress. We do not know who she was married with yet. Let's go back to evidence. Here's her photo. Pretty looking gal. Slap her photo on there. Awesome. Okay. Going back to the internet. Well-known actress who was active in the 1950s. Highly publicized divorce. So she is split. So that's our key piece of information there. Who did she divorce? So that is the problem. Also, she shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name. Her father took her mother's famous name. So that means this is her mom right here. This is her dad. Okay. So the dad's going to have a different name, which is good to know. But going back to her divorce. How do we find out about her divorce? It was in the tabloids. How did we get to the tabloids? Probably via these movies, I'm going to guess. So let's try the movie. Let's go Guys Like Us. Probably should do caps lock just in case. Guys Like Us. Here we go. Guys Like Us is a 1953 film in which two secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life until one of them falls in love with their client and hilarity ensues. Starring Gwen Roottrees, Leslie Florence, and Harrison Lane. Did you know trivia? The title is a play on words, as it can be read that the two women are men similar to other men, or that the men are fond of them. Oh, Guys Like Us or Guys Like Us. I see. So these names right here, Leslie Florence and Harrison Lane. Let's start with Harrison Lane. That could be her spouse. Nothing for Harrison Lane. Interesting. Really? I didn't spell Harrison Lane right. Harrison Lane. There we go. Harrison Lane was a television actor with a major role in Guys Like Us. His largest role before Guys Like Us was a villain in the first season of Western Frontiers. Due to the popularity of Guys Like Us, the studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero joining the protagonist. Western Frontiers has no connection to the Roottrees. Harrison Lane seems to be a dead end. Did you know trivia? Harrison Lane married his high school sweetheart after they reunited at a movie premiere. Aw, how wholesome. Well, then let's try Leslie Florence. Leslie, as you may know, can be a male or female name, so maybe this leads us somewhere. Leslie Florence was Gwen Roottrees' co-star in Guys Like Us. Not much relevant information, as she does not have any additional credits on the site. Okay, so that's no help either. That's a bit of a letdown. Okay, so that's a dead end. Let's go back then and go to Christmas Mission. Christmas Mission. Christmas Mission is on a page called Flops. It was a war movie. It's a war movie? Christmas Mission? It was a war movie about World War I, released in 1955 that received poor reviews and lost the studio money. Gwen Roottrees had a role as a soldier's wife who wrote him letters from home. You find no additional relevant information. Did you know trivia? The movie was marketed as an incredible true story, but no record of the events happening has ever been found. That's how they always do it, isn't it? Okay, so it seems that none of that was actually useful. Bummer. So we're not any closer to finding out who Gwen's former spouse was. I got my mom a new mug yesterday and she loved it. Oh, that's sweet. Nice. Fraud movie. I always wondered that. I'm always a bit of a pessimist. Whenever I see a movie that's like based on a true story, you can't help but be like, is it really though? Is it actually? Because you gotta wonder, you know? Because they all say that. They all say that. All right. We need to find... This is what we need is one of these tabloids. There is obviously a tabloid that would help us get some more information on Gwen. Problem is, I need to know more about these tabloids. Or, like, how to find one of them. She often appeared in tabloids. How can I find one of these tabloids? That's just what I need to know. Not sure. So you know what? We're going to come back to her. We've hit a bit of a dead end on Gwen. That's totally fine. We'll come back. For now, let's go to Red Rootree. Let's type in Red Rootree. Okay. His name is Herring. Oh, no. His name is Aloysius. What the... I see now why they called him Red. That's a Aloysius Herring Rootree. Brother, that's crazy. I feel like if Thomas was a PI, he would lose all of his hair. Oh no, he's bald and he's torturing people who have hair. Why would I lose my hair? Why? Because from the stress and the mystery, the suspense of being a PI. Dude, being a PI had to have been so fun. Like, I know PIs still exist in today's world, but just it's not the same. Information is so much more easily accessible that anyone could basically fulfill the role of a PI. You know what I mean? Like, a PI in the 70s or the 80s had to be so fun. That, like, had to be one of the coolest jobs you could do. You know what I'm saying? That, like, this sounds so sick. Like, I would have loved to have done something like that. That just sounds awesome. It sounds so cool. Like those men that go to study engineering and they literally come out bald. I've seen those. Those are so funny. It's like first year engineering, they have a luscious head of hair. 5th year engineering, they have like just bald, massive beard. Look like they've been to World War II. Seen just absolute horrors. She was laughing when she saw what the mug said. It is both our favorite words to call people. Oh, hope it's not too bad. Male pattern baldness is a bitch. Stress, and you wouldn't sleep until it's solved. You would be the type to go mad. I do love a good mystery. I do love solving a good mystery. So we've got Aloysius Herring Rootree, aka Red. He was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. That's awesome. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. Ooh, that's not good. Can't do that. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Rootree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a... Oh. What? He's not actually a Rootree. He claimed to be related to the Rootree Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. Wait, I'm confused now, because you've told me these are notable Rootrees. But I guess this is not... Oh my god, it is literally a red herring. You can even see by the symbol, he's not a real Rootree. It's a fake. He's a fraud. Oh my god, we have to do with... That's so cool. So there's actually red herrings that are just completely not accurate. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, got it. So we'll skip Red Rootree, and I guess we'll go to Jim Rootree. Jim Rootree. Next up. On the mug is UNT, and the handle makes a C. I can't say the word because of auto mod. Dirty minds, the lot of you. Oh, I hate that word. Thomas reminds me of Twitch Williams from Spawn. I hope that's a compliment. No way, fraud. He is a bad detective. I'm a great detective. Thomas, his little name was literally Herring. His middle name. Oh yeah, you're right. It was Aloysius Herring Rootree. Red herring. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. We're early in the game. We're getting there. Give me Jim Rootree. Otherwise known as James Rootree, is a singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. The duo, according to many sources you find, is considered a one-hit wonder due to the disco song Rollin' On Down to the City. It's now in your evidence folder. Although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans, who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Got it. Okay, so there's James Roottrees. So he is a singer, along with his wife, Diamond LaRue. Now, problem here being, how do I figure out where he is on the board? I'm not even sure what his connection to the other people are. The one thing I do know is that Gwen here, I remember she was an actress in the 1950s. So if this is the 50s, and I think right now it's 1998, which brings us back to the Roottrees sisters and Carl. So then it looks like one generation up. This is going to be around the 40s, 50s. This is around 60s, 70s. This is around 80s, 90s. So, going off of that, Jim and Diamond continue to release music through the 80s and 90s. Meaning, I want to take a guess that they're somewhere around Carl's age is my guess. My guess. It's not a lot to go off of, but it's something. How can I find some more information on them though? We've got song names, we've got album names. What if we just did Jim and Diamond? What would that give us? Same page. Same page. What about Diamond LaRue? I gotta tell you guys, this sound of the keyboard is so satisfying. I love it so much. Same page. Okay. Let's go to our evidence folder. It did say that we have new evidence, which is the song. Oh, whoa. Holy cow. Damn, Jim and Tom. This is a good looking couple, man. Holy shit. Jeez Louise, these are some good looking folks. Rolling on down to the city. Jim and Diamond. All right, this has got 70s written all over it, man. Bright diamonds. Got the disco ball in the background. Holy. As seen in MMM. Only the great grandson of Elias Roottree could make disco this sweet. There you go, folks. There's our clue. The great grandson of Elias Roottree. So Elias Roottree is the founder. This is his great grandson. So 1, 2. This guy's gonna be 3 generations down. Play the song. I think I can play it. You're right. Listen to the song. It will keep playing in the background if you never get away. We're rolling on down to the city. Ooh. Well, I can boogie down to this. All right. 3 generations down from Elias. 1, 2, 3. So I was right. They are in the same generation as Carl. Problem is, I don't know who their parents are. Family trees use surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Always use a person's most recent occupation. Okay. Genealogy for dunces. Okay, that's a bit rude. Guardian, adoption, or otherwise. Okay. Okay, so we know what generation they're now a part of. I just don't know. I don't know who their parents are, or whose parents Jim's are. But I actually forgot to read all of this. I do not like disco music, TBH. Well, you better get used to it because we're jamming for a little bit. All right, rolling on down to the city was barely a top 20 hit for a few weeks in 1979. According to the liner notes, it satirizes how a part of society was content to remain indifferent to economic inflation and cruel unrest in the Middle East, unless pop culture tricked them into caring. That's pretty goddamn deep for a disco boogie hit. Somewhat ironically, listeners didn't seem to pay attention to the lyrics enough to trick them into caring. Instead, most of its play came from the roller discos. Yeah, no surprise there. Because it was a product of its time, it doesn't get much play anymore, even on stations that play oldies. Maybe that's why you've never heard of it before now. This image is from an auction of a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says, only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees can make disco this sweet. Music and lyrics by Jim Roottrees, vocals by Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue. Jim Roottrees is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. He'll be marked on the chart with a star. The lyrics of the song contain no clues. Oh, it tells you the lyrics of the song contain no clues. But we got the lyrics anyways. On wheels we glide with you by my side. Inflation is rising, but so is our pride. Pick our own fate, make love, not hate. They fight overseas, but we'd rather skate. Wow. Guys, that is powerful stuff. That is powerful stuff. The guys all rush to say that I'm pretty. Ladies blush and find me so witty. They're out of luck tonight, what a pity. We're rolling, rolling, rolling on down to the city. Politicians at large are all hopeless. The bankers in charge are all clowns. But parties sell better than protests. So signs up while we boogie down, 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 down. Guys, holy shit, this is powerful. That was absolutely powerful. I totally understand it now. They were, you know what? They were so right. Such a moving song about economic inflation and the civil unrest in the Middle East, and no one wanted to listen, man. No one was hearing what Jimmy and Diamond had to really say, man. God, what a shame. Just the injustice of it all. Just tragic. Okay, this is great. I still don't know who Jim's parents are. I'm wondering if we can look up this Peter Janowicz guy, if that gets us anywhere. Let's try it, see what it does. Peter Jano, that's a weird name for me to remember. Peter Janowicz, I think? Yeah, there we go. Peter Janowicz seemed to be a music critic. You find him mentioned on a fan website about a band unrelated to the Roottrees. He used to work for the Modern Music Monthly before the magazine went under. Let's go Modern Music Monthly. Modern Music Monthly. That's what I was hoping would happen. Periodical added Modern Music Monthly. Okay, that's exactly what I was hoping would happen there. We got Modern Music Monthly. Let's go Jim Roottrees. Perfect. That's what I was hoping would happen. We got a ton of info here. Thomas, test made fun of the way you were thinking in this game in the Discord using a GIF. I did not. I just said he was mad. Hey, come on. No tattling. No tattling. Guys, get along. Behave. I shouldn't have to. I'm not your mother. Why does it remind me of Time of Our Lives by Pitbull and Neo? Oh my god, I love that song. I know my rent was gonna be late about a week ago. I work my ass off, but I still get paid low. It's that recession music. It's that recession music, baby. I wonder how much it would take for Thomas to play Doki Doki Literature Club. Not a lot. I remember that game when it came out like years ago. I remember watching part of it on like OG YouTube, and I used to watch like PewDiePie and Markiplier and Jacksepticeye and all them. And like Game Theory. I would play that. I absolutely would play that. That'd be fun. I don't remember everything about the game, but I do remember some of the big twists, so it wouldn't be, there's some stuff that I remember, but it'd still be fun. Okay. A review and interview from 1979 titled A Reluctant Hitmaker, Jim Goes Into His First Band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in C&J J&D with my cousin and his ex. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpa insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actually sisters. So the four of us had sort of a cutesy family band thing going on. Not our finest hour. Regardless, when Diamond walked in on Clark and... Oh, God. When Diamond walked in on Clark and I in bed with her younger sister, everything exploded. No more family band. The only thing Clark and I had in common was music. But even then, we never agreed on what it should be. We was always more interested in catchy tunes. Something you hum a week later. I've been told Roland is like that, but that was my goal. When he called me up and said he liked it, I took it as a sign I was going in the wrong direction musically. That made him laugh. But I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess, but he's a lot happier now. He started Roottrees, and he's a much better jingler writer than a songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the walls over the record player, but I was never interested. I just went straight for the music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay, so I was hoping this would give me Jim Roottrees' father. It didn't. But we got Jim Roottrees' cousin. So how does that help? It doesn't yet, to be honest with you. It doesn't yet. Holy shit, I'm just now looking at this part of the screen. Look at this. Whoever this was, not once, not twice, 3 marriages. Woo, someone was busy. Wow. Hey, they can't all be winners. They can't all be winners. Hey, sometimes you need a second wife. Sometimes you need a third wife. That's crazy. I'm at 30k points, 20k more. I don't know if you want to play Detroit Become Human or something else. I would love to play Detroit Become Human. That game seems like so much fun. I remember also watching a bit of that game. When I was in high school, middle school, even college, I watched a lot of YouTube. To this day, I still watch a lot of YouTube. But back then, I used to watch a lot of like the YouTubers who just did, game playthroughs. So I've seen a lot of these games, or at least know bits and pieces of them to know like, oh, they look fun. I would love to play Detroit Become Human. It seems like a great time, honestly. I always wonder when someone unhinged enough comes into the Discord and requests some wild dating sim. Hey man, you got the point. You call the shots. Unless it's My Horse Prince. No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Third time's a charm, I guess. Yeah. Hey, listen. First wife, maybe she's just not for you. Second wife, things just aren't clicking. Third wife, though, that's the one. That's the one till death do us part. Oh, you were thinking like a porn hentai dating sim. Okay, well, I was trying not to say the word. I was trying not to say that word, then I said it out loud, and then I said it because I was reading it. There's nothing wrong with that word, but I was trying not to. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't fly because for obvious reasons I wouldn't play that, so we can scratch that off the list. Okay, back to business. We're getting distracted. We've got all the information on Jim and his wife and his cousin and his cousin's ex-girlfriend, who was his wife's sister. I just don't know how this helps. I did notice this. He started Roottrees. I'm probably gonna look that up. That sounds pretty important. Because it also says one of the benefits of a famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. That's also how my father was connected to Roottrees, was through Roottrees possibly. So that seems actually extremely relevant. So we're gonna look up Roottrees. Roottrees. A website about Roottrees, Clark Rafferty LaRue's advertising firm. On it, there is an about page, and you find a picture labeled the inspiration for the famous Super Bowl ad campaign. Below that is more detail. Clark was in a department store getting a family portrait with his wife and children. And when his wife was trying to get his youngest Katrina to come down for the picture, he had the idea for the Roottrees Super Bowl ad. The photo is now in your evidence. That's pretty nice. Okay, that's important. There's your male pattern baldness. Dude, brother, just cut it off. Just cut the hair off. It's not doing any favors. Good lord. Mexican family, somebody's not having a good day. Somebody's not having a good day. Okay, so now we have figured out Clark, his wife. These are the Rafferty LaRues. Okay. Great. I don't know where they fit in, though. I still don't know that. So again, we're gonna have to come back to that. Let's go back to the notable Roottrees and maybe keep looking on the list. Let's go to Lauren Roottree. We're kind of at a dead end on Clark and Jim. Let's see where this leads us. I'm sorry. Oh, what? They have that? Why? Oh, Tess, you have no idea. There are many, many weird dating sims out there. You have no idea. You have no idea. Markiplier has played some interesting games in his time. Yeah, I've seen them. There's some weird ones out there. That's how I know there are some weird games. Some people get divorced more than others. Not everyone is as good at relationships. Clearly. At that point, maybe you are the problem. Man, at least get a toupee, please. Damn, that hairline. What hairline? There is nothing. I'm with you. Listen, at that point, I get wanting to hold on to what little hair you have left. I totally understand. Just cut it off. You're better off going bald. Just save yourself the embarrassment. Just do it. I don't. You're just hurting yourself. All right. Author. We have an author. Author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative. Dude, hold on. Back up real fast before I start this again. The Roottree family, you folks are just as successful as can be. I feel like you look at any standard family tree, majority of people you see, it's gonna be like, accountant, school teacher, nurse, fireman, police officer, grocery store clerk, computer developer. These people are fucking CEOs, presidents, founders, musicians, artists, authors. Like, what? These people are living like insane lives in crazy careers. Every single one of them. Look at every person we've looked at so far. They either are a massive property owner or extremely successful CEO or company founder, or they are an author, an artist, a musician. Like, this shit is crazy. I'm telling you, it's nepotism. I'm not gonna lie, it certainly feels that way. All right, well, let's give Lauren the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's not that bad. Author Lauren Roottree, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. Oh. This now puts it... Okay, sorry, I'm gonna keep reading, but this is a lot. This is extremely helpful. This is way closer to what information we already have to work off of. So this is really nice. A distant relative of the Roottrees sisters is known for her book, A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors, in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty, to a little fanfare. Is this Clark's wife? No. No, that's not it. Because Clark married a LaRue, so that's not, no. I got excited. We still have to figure out how this is relevant, though. Because this is somehow connected to Clark and his family, because his last name is Rafferty. So I think it might be Clark's father then. I'm not sure. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, then they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries, released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars, spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and a mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites, all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into life in previous generations. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottree. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. You find no recent details about Lauren, though she is listed as retired. Bro, this is just fucking... This is literally just Colleen Hoover. That fucking horrible ass author. Ridiculous. Oh, to be a trust fund baby. Thomas didn't like my Spanish earlier this stream. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I genuinely didn't see it. And I also can't read Spanish, so you're doing it to the wrong guy, unfortunately. Okay, so there's a lot going on here that they can pick apart. First things first, she's a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. Roottrees sisters, distant relative. It also said she was writing stuff in the 1960s. So if she's a distant relative, she's got to be. I'm thinking she's got to be a Roottree aunt or uncle, but her father has no siblings, from what I can tell. Yeah, he doesn't. Okay. Let's go back to the computer. He said un moment. I responded, oh yeah, you did at the very beginning. In my defense, I was like not even paying attention to the stream. I was trying to finish work. So very sorry. And I was speaking French, monsieur. So different language, pal. All right. Sorry. Wow, you hate me. I see how it is. I don't hate you. I don't know where this narrative started. No, I love you all equally. All right. Okay, so 1960s, that definitely puts Lauren in Carl's generation. This is what's Lauren Rafferty. Let's look up Lauren Rafferty real quick. It is the exact same webpage, okay? Fair enough. What about the A Life Between Wars? That's the diary entries that talked about the untimely death of her husband. Learning who her husband is could be pretty relevant, I think. Let's look that up. A life Between Wars. You don't find any copies or extras from A Life Between Wars on Spider Search. You do find that because the diary has been reprinted recently for schools, it is available in a lot of libraries. I see. Lauren Roottrees. This is our first time using the library. What was it called again, guys? It was A War Between Worlds? Is that what it was? A Life Between Wars. A Life Between Wars. Here we go. Okay. Tess overthrow him. That's it, Thomas. The council has spoken with the two people. That's the council? Are you kidding me? Gotta pull out that you hate me and want me to die with the freaky Sonic gift. Don't you dare. Don't you fucking dare. Dude. I'm not that overdramatic. I am the So You Hate Me club leader. Guys, it's all about, we spread love around here, okay? We spread love, not hate. Come on. Come on. We just listened to a beautiful song by Jim Roottrees and his wife Diamond talking about spreading love, not hate. There's the war in the Middle East and inflation, man. It's the 60s. We're gonna boogie. Come on now. All right, so published in 1965, hardcover student edition, republished in 1993, nonfiction. It seems you fit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You can find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the content of the book, photos, as well as some particularly relevant entries from the diary have been added to your evidence. Woo, we hit the jackpot! Oh, man. That's huge. All right, there's Lauren Roottrees and her husband, who we still don't know who that is, but we're going to find out hopefully soon. Jacob. All right, I can already tell from looking at this. All right, below are notes and observations you may while skimming through Lauren Roottrees' diary pages in A Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottrees is on the notable Roottrees. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries that stretch from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Lauren's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months of World War II while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, alone. Oh! There it is. Lauren is Clark's mother. Oh, there's the connection. Lauren never remarried and only had one child. By skimming the pages of the diary, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter of Elias and Gwyneth on her father's side. Her mother's family was called the Cossels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Her father, who she always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer of the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clan's Trust. Holy shit, this is a gold mine, man. Oh my lord. This actually is a gold mine. This is crazy. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 Pieces, the first generation of children by Gwyneth and Lilias. Lauren's father was in this generation. Oh, this is so big. This is huge. We're so back, guys. We're so back. The next generation, Lauren's generation. The Free Spirits, the generation after Lauren's, including her son. Oh my god. Guys, we are so back. We are so back. That right there is probably the most helpful piece of information we've gotten to date. Oh, there's more. Oh my god, there's more. Holy shit, there is so much useful stuff here. An entry entitled Complaints from Lauren Roottrees' diary written in 1953. The entry seems to focus specifically on one of Lauren's family members, Gwyn, who is on the notable Roottrees list. It seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwyn, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it fell on deaf ears. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had, and then I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. But she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. I must admit seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet and tell tales of how she gallivants around the world, kissing the likes of Harrison Lane and Wild Bill Williams. She's the first Roottrees woman to be anything other than a housewife, and I'm jealous. If I were not a single mother, can I make my own way in this world? But I'm off topic. A girl with all the luck in the world was jealous of me, and now, though I have been undoubtedly burdened by terrible tragedy, I am also lucky to be born into a family that can support me for eternity. I can raise a child without worry, unlike countless other widows. If any of them were to hear me complaining, they would rightfully scoff, just like I do at Gwyn. Okay, that was a loaded diary entry. Holy shit. Ew, hippies. I almost got beat. Who beat? Yeah, wait. You almost got beat? What? I was like 10 and it was Halloween. I went to her work. I asked her to get my... Who's her? I'm so confused. What did I miss? I was like 10 and it was Halloween. I went to her work. I was exhausted. And I asked her to get my ears pierced. And she said no, that her boss came in. He was like, so what's up, kid? And I was like, oh, nothing. Just gave my mom's little vag. And now she hates me? Why would you say that? There's no way. I don't believe it. There's no fucking shot. That is insane. My mom's, I'm sorry. Okay. I mean, I put that together by the end. Why would you say that? Why? It's true, my mom can testify. Why would you say that? At 10, oh, I just get my mom's little vag. Now she hates me. Why would you say that? You little psychopath. That's insane. At 10? At 10. Is this a long game? It's like a small, cozy indie game, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it's like, it's definitely a small, cozy indie game. When I checked around, it seems to be around 6-ish hours. Seems to be about the average playthrough, give or take. Depending on how well you do, how much I, for example, stop and talk to you guys and waste my time. Or I shouldn't say wasting time. It's not wasting time, but time not spent on the game is what I should say. Yeah. Okay. So this is an absolute treasure trove we have here. Yep, I went out trick-or-treating. And then I wanted to embarrass my mom. Oh, God. We waste your time chatting. I knew that was coming as soon as I said it. You don't waste my time. None of you waste my time. I appreciate every single one of you, and I love chatting with you guys, okay? Don't twist my words when you know that's not what I mean. You know that's not what I mean. Her whole work was like, at least we know it's little. I was grounded for weeks. That's amazing. Also, I have a little candy. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Delicioso. Oh, it's stuck to my fingers now. Damn it. Gotta lick my fingers. You can call it gross, but I don't care because I got no water to wash them off. Okay. There's a lot to unpack here. Like, so much so that I'm a little worried that I'm going to miss a lot. I honestly don't even know where to start with all this. I think what I'm going to try and do is just, we're going to highlight as much as I can across all these articles. And we're going to go to the family tree board and just put together as much stuff as we possibly can. That's my thinking here. First things first. Lauren's family member, Gwen. Gwen, we were already looking for. We couldn't find her. We have information on Gwen. We don't know where she belongs in the tree. Gwen is... How is she related to Lauren? Gwen's an only child. She complained of loneliness. Let's check out this real quick. This seems good to know. Gwen's an only child. Lauren had 3 younger brothers. They had an Aunt Margot. That seems also relevant. We already know that Lauren has Clark as a kid. We knew that. I think we highlighted that already. Let me just double check. Did we highlight that somewhere? We did not. I don't think. You can delete that note. Let's maybe mark that down then. I want to note all of this. Because, Lauren's a housewife. We already know that Gwen is a actress. Thomas, you can turn the game music down just a tad bit more if that's not okay. Absolutely, I can. Yeah, of course. Sorry about that, guys. I was worried about that at the beginning. If it's bad, please speak up. Speak up. I do not want to have to go. Please, I don't want you guys to have to wait like this long, dealing with like music that's too loud or too quiet, and then say something. If it's an issue, let me know. Because I noticed it right away that the music was super loud. I thought I had adjusted it well, but I want to make sure that it's good. Because I can make it quieter for me, that I just hear it quieter. I want it to be appropriate for y'all as well. So you just gotta let me know. Let me know. I'm happy to adjust. This is good. I was getting a little overstimulated. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it was loud. I noticed it when this game booted up. Its music isn't very. It's not dialed in very well. I can tell because it goes way over the set line. It's not important, but anyways, we already looked up Harrison Lane. He wasn't relevant. Wild Bill Williams. We don't know who that is. That could be Gwen's husband. Actually, that could be the divorce we knew she had. So this actually might be my first thing I look at. And then this is all not important. Okay. Whew. There's a lot more for Lauren here. An entry entitled Dynasty from Lauren Roottrees' diary written in 1958. It focused on the day her grandfather Elias announced he would step down as president of the Roottrees Candy Company in the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president. That's what he gets for holding on to it so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our brand of the family, since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who was volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad has always had very particular views when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if he ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach, and I'm the next oldest of us all. But he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered back. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Oh, burn! She called him fat. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Holy cow. A lot to unpack. So, Lauren's grandfather's Elias. We knew that. There is someone named Clancy. We've got... Oh, there's just so much here that is so relevant. We've got architects, preachers, lawyers. These are all now jobs that are relevant to Clancy and... Or no, these are for the 5 pieces. So of the 5 pieces, there are architects, there are preachers, there are lawyers. Those are good to know. Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. There is so much in this one thing. I want to like act on some of this information before I continue to read all of this, because I'm afraid I'm gonna read all of this and then not, you know, do anything with it. Holy cow. We just got so many photos. Holy shit. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the next generation. This is probably the biggest piece of evidence we've gotten so far. Caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Of course, there's not a picture of Gwen because we need that picture. Grandma insisted we include Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5 piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. That's gotta be Miracle, am I right? That's gotta be him. Rainbow tie, it has to be. Okay. These 4 are kind of clumped together, so I'm gonna guess this is Lauren right here. So if we can find Lauren, we've got her photo. We've got her position, we've got her name. We've got everything we need for Lauren. So I'm gonna go take a look at the board now and see if we can figure this out. So we know Lauren is a part. So the first 5 children of Elias and Gwyneth are called the 5 pieces. They are these 5. Lauren is a part of the next generation, the 3rd generation of kids from Elias and Gwyneth. We know that Lauren has 3 younger brothers, which almost guarantees she's one of these right here. There's 4 siblings. This is only 2 siblings. This is no siblings. This is 2 siblings. So she is one of these, guaranteed. Now, going one step further. We know Lauren's husband was Jacob, which is not totally relevant. So which one of these is she? That's what we need to figure out here. How do I narrow this down? Her father she called Pop, so this is going to be her father right here. Let's go back to the evidence. Let me read some more about this. Hold on. Dynasty. Zach is the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. If we remember, it goes from oldest to youngest for siblings in birth order. Meaning this is the firstborn 5-piece right here. This is the firstborn son. Firstborn 5-piece, firstborn son. Ooh, this could be a daughter, and that would still be the firstborn son. Ooh, that's actually... Oh, wow, this is getting hard. I like it, though. I like it. I like it. It's getting hard, but I like it. Whoa, pause. Fucking hell. No. It's getting challenging, and I like that it's challenging. Fucking God. Moving on. Don't... No. Stop. Stop. It slipped out. I didn't... Paul, damn it. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm done talking. I'm gonna play the game now. We're playing the game again. Playing the game again. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Here we go. After all, Angie's older than Zach. So I was right. Zach is not the firstborn. He's the firstborn son, but he's the only son. So this right here is Angie. Otherwise could known as Angelica. And then this is Zach. Zach Morton. Yeah. And since they have non-Roottrees last names, that means this was their mother right here. This is their father. That's all I've got for now, though. Oh, wait. Don't we have a picture? Oh, yeah. That photo we took is of the next gen, isn't it? It is. Oh, can we figure out which one of these is Zach? Hold on. I need to read through this again. Not the PP up. Not slipped out. Moist critical voice. He's pulling his cock out. Someone should have clipped that. I guess OnlyFans is in the description for a reason. No, it's not. It's not in there. It is there for a reason, but not for that reason. Okay. He's pulling his. It's so fun. He's pulling his cock out. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's all going to shit. I'm making a fool of myself. All right. Let's see if. Let's lock back in. Lock back in. We were doing so good. We were doing so good. Lock back in. We were getting somewhere. We were getting somewhere. So the four of them are standing in the middle. We just don't know who's who, so that doesn't really help us, unfortunately. I need more information on who Zach is. Oh wait, where was that? Oh my gosh, wait, it's coming together, guys. It's coming together. We're getting somewhere. Hold on. Zach became president of Roottrees Candy, right? Right. We know that. We know his surname doesn't match the candy. So that's the Zach Morton that we have on the board right now. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn five-piece, which is his mother, who we don't know who that is yet. We know Angie's older than Zach, so she's the firstborn child overall. That's why she's on the left side. Pop freaked out, but then Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with a cat remarks and comments, countered back. Maybe they wanted it to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product, implying that he is overweight. We look in the photo here, and there's one man who is... Oh, you can't see because of my face. We look in the photo here, and there's one man who is largely overweight. Zach Morton, the one and only. Ah! Called locking in, baby. I also just noticed my face is right there. Are you guys not seeing a lot of these photos because my face is in the way? It just occurred to me. Like if I go here, you can see some of them depending on how the photo's framed. But I'm cutting off a lot of their faces. Huh. I am cutting off some faces, aren't I? Lol, it's okay. Yeah, it's fine. It's all right. Okay. So, knowing that, we now know who Zach is, or what he looks like. He is this guy right here, and he is the second president of Roottrees Candy. I've seen way worse stream setups. Okay, wait, I don't want it to be like a bad stream setup. What if we change it? It's a little late to be changing it. What if we change it to What if I do this? What if I go like... If I do this, is that better? Slide me down a bit. Let's try that. And then you can see a little bit more. I think that's good. Don't lie to him. It's 100% not okay. Shame on you. Jesus. Tell me how you really feel, Tess. Don't you dare lie to him. It's not okay. Don't worry. I changed it just for you. Okay. So we've got Zach now. We don't know who Angie is, though. Okay, I think there's a way to figure out who her father is. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since to me he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. We have this old photo I just noticed. So then this is their... Who the hell is this little devil child? This kid looks crazy. What the hell? That's scary as fuck. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, I hate that. Okay. Terrifying. Got an eye patch and that smile is wicked, like he's evil as hell. That smile, hell nah. He looks awful. This kid looks like he's plotting some deep, dark shit, man. Oh my god, I hate that. Okay, anyways. So if this is their Pop, he's supposed to look like Eli, they said. He looks just like him, if you ask me. That guy right there looks very much like the other guy in the photo. Yeah, definitely. So that's Eli, that's their father in the other photo. Right? Right. So, go back to the board. These are Lauren's journals, yes? So this is her father. Here. What did he do again? I don't remember. What did he do? What did he do? Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Oh, it tells us that's him on the left. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo, since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later that they had never even taken a second photo. Oh, wow, that's so scummy. Disgusting. Darn, okay, so we almost figured out who Mr. Morden was, because we need to know who that is, but we don't know it yet. Okay, that's fine. Okay. So, who is the child? Who is this demonic-looking child? I have so many questions. I'm assuming this is Miracle. Because they said they're about the same age, and he was in it, and the 2 of them weren't. But then again, we already have... This is also supposed to be Miracle in this photo, I thought. Oh, wait. No, wait, that's right. Is that actually Miracle? That's crazy. Why is he so young in this photo, but then so old in the other one? Oh, who the hell is this? I just clicked on that for fun, thinking, what if that happened? This guy is relevant to this photo. This is a person. Who is this? He's like hiding in the back. He must be one of the 5 pieces. So who is this child? This makes me think it's Miracle. But maybe this is Miracle right here. Why is he way in the back? Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, that's fine. We'll move on. We'll move on. We need to get back to Lauren. We need to figure out where she is on this tree. We've got... I feel like I'm now the problem is flipped, where I didn't have any information. Now I've got too much. I've now got so much information that I feel like I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed, to be honest with you. Okay. Oh, here we go. Her father, Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company and helped write a legal document called the Clancy Trust. We should definitely look that up. Not caps lock. Clancy Trust. While that's loading, I'm gonna go here. This is her Pop. He was a lawyer. We don't know his name yet. Hopefully we're gonna learn that right now. The Clancy, pronounced Clancid, Clancid Trust is a highly unusual corporate arrangement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottrees Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. There we go. Clancy Edward Roottrees. Huge. Hey, there we go. Very nice. These 3 entries are correct and have been locked. Hey, not bad. Not bad. So we got Clancy Roottrees. We got Gwyn Roottrees. I got that right, which is awesome. And then we got Zach Morden, who was the second president. Booyah. Oh, she's back.
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Oh, gosh. Those dang plumbers, man.
But
so hard to find good help anymore.
From a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Okay. Holy shit, she found so many photos.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more. 9 more, okay. Wow, that's a big jump, but that makes sense. If you guys just saw, she just shared so many pictures. Oh my god. It's like a strobe light. It's like a strobe effect with this thing firing off. Holy cow. Also, this just screams 70s, doesn't it? Look at the hairstyles, the waves and the curls, the guys with the thick mustaches. If this doesn't scream 70s, man. Oh, that's so funny. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s, and Carl's the teenager in the middle. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in Carl's office. On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures. They include Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottrees, Clark, Carl, and Eli M. Okay. Wow, this is a lot of people we have now uncovered. Yeah, we've got a lot of evidence here. Why did this have an exclamation mark on it? What is going on here? Oh, it's just the update we just got. Okay, cool. There's this. What is this here? This photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it's not expected for those outside of the faith to do so." Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work that you 3 did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it's impossible to show my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burden of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wild expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. Up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could have never done that without the 2 of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. Okay. So this is Debbie and her daughter Nicole is what I'm guessing. They have a connection or a relationship somehow to Carl and Brenda.
I kind of want to wager that this is possibly one of these folks over here. Although I'm not 100% certain. Jim Roottrees and Lauren Roottrees are both starred. Oh my god, wait, this tells us who it is. We were looking for Lauren. This is Lauren. She's the starred person, right? Or is this Jim? No, this has got to be Lauren, right? Yeah, this is Lauren. This is Lauren. This is Lauren. We know this is Lauren. We know this is Lauren. This is Lauren Roottrees. 100%. She was a housewife. Housewife. She was married to Jacob Rafferty. That doesn't seem right. I'm going to leave that alone for the time being. So then that just leaves, for notable Roottrees, that leaves Miracle Jr. and Jim Roottrees. Meaning this is Jim Roottrees right here. That's exactly who this is. This handsome fella right here. This is Jim Roottrees, or James Roottrees, and his wife, Diamond LaRue. He was a singer or artist. Let me make sure there's not another word for like artist or singer. Musician, that's the more appropriate word. Okay. They had 2 children. We don't know who that is yet, but I assume we'll find out soon. So then that only leaves this as Miracle Jr. Who in God's name names their kid Miracle? I have no idea. I don't have a goddamn clue. But in order to figure this out, I need to figure out who Miracle Jr. is. So this is Miracle, the guy in the red suit with the rainbow tie. So that must mean that this is Miracle Jr.'s father, of course. This guy right here. This is Miracle Roottrees. We don't know what his deal is yet. We'll find out in a second. So if that's Miracle, this has got to be Miracle Jr. Little kid in the little yellow blazer, whatever the hell that is. So then this has got to be Miracle Jr. But then I'm left with so many questions, which is, who in God's name is this, man? This kid looks evil. Who is this? This kid creeps me out. Who is this? I need to know. I need to know so badly. I'm so concerned. I'm so concerned. Who could that be? If y'all had kids, what would you name them? Oh, that's a great question. I have no idea, to be honest. It certainly wouldn't be Miracle. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that right now. It would not be Miracle. He's actually a ghost Phantom boy. Danny Phantom? Is this Danny Phantom in the flesh? Or I should say not in the flesh. Jeez, I just don't know who that is then. So this is the original 5 pieces. The thing that's throwing me off here is there's this guy in the back who we know is relevant because they let us take a picture of him. So I'm thinking this kid is one of these two's child. Why he has an eye patch and is smiling like that, I do not know. I'm thinking this guy back here is actually maybe Eli Jr. I'm not certain yet, but I'm thinking. So I do remember now that the game has it has right here, like you can see, once you verify this person, you'll be able to add bonus photos. I think the kid with the eye patch is just Miracle Roottrees. I think that's all that is, and it's just an additional photo of him. That's what I think that is. So I'm going to go along that assumption and assume that this guy is either Eli Jr. or somebody else of the original 5 pieces. Not sure yet, but we'll figure that out as we go. What the fuck happened to his eye? I don't know. I want to know so bad, dude. I have no idea. I have no clue. It makes truly no sense to me. I do not understand it. I have no idea, man. I don't. Okay. So we've made some good progress. We need to go back to the drawing board, though, to figure out Lauren's photo. So Lauren is in this photo. She had said, this is the four of us stand together, her and her brothers, so we were clumped into the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. Meaning, I think she is this girl right here in the blue dress. That is my assumption. And we know her spouse is Jacob, but from her diaries. I just need to know his last name. That's all I need to know. Jacob. Do we ever get Jacob's maiden name? I guess it wouldn't be his maiden name. It would just be his... It's not... Nah, that works. It can't be Rafferty, right? Because the Raffertys are a different part of the family. I guess we could look at it on the internet. Let's go look on the internet. Let me just double check. How many Jacobs are there? There is Jacob, Rafferty, and... Oh, he's the only male Jacob. Oh, never mind. This has to be him. Jacob Rafferty. Really? That's interesting. So the Raffertys are connected to this family in more way than one. That's odd. R-A-F-F-E-R-T-Y. R-A-F-F-E-R-T-Y. Jacob. Huh. That's strange. Maybe I have it wrong then. Interesting. Running with sisters, I bet. Ew, not them marrying in the family. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking is going on here. Like, I'm so confused on what this guy's name could be. I just don't know. We'll come back to it. I do want to check out Starlet real quick. That was a keyword for Gwen. Although we already have her locked in, I did just want to look this up. A new periodical. Okay, great. It was a magazine that started with the colorization of film and went until around 1964. Generally, it was a tabloid with a focus on... Oh, wait. Now we're going to figure out Gwen's husband. This is perfect. This is exactly what we were looking for. Gwen Roottrees was often in Starlet. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce in 1958 from Wild Bill Williams. There it is. Okay, so it was Wild Bill Williams. So then right here, this unknown name is Bill. Don't tell me his full name is Wild. We go Williams. Okay, that seems to be not his name, which is like no surprise. What's his actual name then? My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one. But Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Although we relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so I consider this a Starlet exclusive about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams. We also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both of our family names for the next generation. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So we know this is Wild Bill Williams. That's his name is something else entirely. I don't know what his name is. They have two... Okay, this is interesting. They're split, but they have 2 children? I don't... The string is a little confusing. And she said it's going to have the last name Roottree, and it's going to have alliteration. So it's going to be R Roottree. Meaning it's going to be Robert or Ronald. One of the two. Or both. That's very possible. What in the Alabama? Pregnant again? Wow, she seems so happy. Robert, maybe. Did you say Robert before I even pulled that up? You might have nailed it. William. Yeah, I checked William. We didn't get anything, did we? No. So Wild. Let's just look up. Let's look up. Also, we know based on what Gwen just said, she kept the last name Roottrees, but her original last name was, as she had just said, her original last name was Cornwall. Meaning her last name comes from her mother, but her mother gave it to her. Meaning her mother is one of these two women right here. And we know it's not her because we remember Lauren mentioned them both having blonde hair and she tried to bleach it to match. So this is Gwen's mother. Do we know her name? I don't think we do. I don't think we do. Unfortunately. But we know her. We at least have her picture. That's a start. Okay. I was thinking it could be Aunt Gwendolyn here. But it says, was here with Mr. Morden. That means this is... Hold on, Guys, we just had a massive break in the case. We just had a massive break in the case. Lauren just mentioned in this photo. Eventually, I supposed to stop the tantrums. They posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. We already know Morden is the last name of Zach and Angelica, children from Elias and Gweneth's first child, which was a daughter, because their last name is not Roottrees. Meaning, this is their mother, Gwyneth. Or excuse me, Gwendolyn. Gwendolyn Roottrees is their mother. Huge. Their father is Mr. Morden, so it's something Morden. So Morden, it's not Gwendolyn, it's obviously not Caroline, it's gonna be James. James Morden. You know, Gwendolyn Roottrees, we just need her occupation now. I'm gonna look her up and see if we can get anything. Gwendolyn Roottrees. Guarantee I spelled that wrong. I guarantee I spelled that wrong. How is this investigation going? I think it's going pretty damn well. We're making some good progress. Don't quote me on this, but Thomas might be slightly good at puzzles. Damn right! Yes! No, say it loud and proud, Des. Say it with your chest. That's what I'm talking about. Controversial take, I know. No, it's not controversial. It's actually the most sane take anyone in chat has ever had. I am good at puzzles. You're seeing it here first. Yes, it's okay to admit it. It's okay to own up to it. It's fine. GWYN Dolan. GWYN Dolan. Roottrees. Okay, I spelled it right that time. Does she not exist on the internet? GWYNDOLINE. GWYNDOLINE. Roottrees. Okay, so she doesn't exist on the internet, apparently, because I spelled that right. 100%. So I guess we'll have to come back on that. Okay, oh, we're getting so close on so many people. I can taste it. Okay. I know we've got some other photos that I haven't looked at yet, but I'm trying to get somewhere with what we do have before I jump to other stuff and start leaving stuff incomplete. I should probably jump back to over here and try and figure this out some more. So, getting back to this photo here, we know that this is Lauren. These are her 3 brothers. So we have all their photos to line up there. We just need to know who is who, and that's the tricky part. The problem being, we don't know, there's no way to tell who is who based on this photo. I'm realizing now that this child might not be Miracle Jr. It might be Sam. Since she mentioned Sam. Nope, Sam is a girl. Never mind. Sam is probably either this girl or this girl. I'm not sure who, though. Oh, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I know this might be a little boring to watch, but I'm having a blast. I'm having so much fun right now. This is like one of the most fun games I've played in genuinely so long. Okay. Let's get back to business. Let's get back to Lauren real quick. We know Lauren had a child. Lauren had a child. It was a boy. His name was... Hold on, we just figured out her name. Aunt Margot. Boom! I'm just gonna guess that she's a housewife, because I think she mentioned somewhere that like every Roottrees woman is a housewife aside from Gwen. That's a shot in the dark, but we're just gonna take a stab at it. So there we go. That's Margaret. Margolite? Margot's a lot better. Okay, so we've actually got we've got 4 of the 5 pieces. This is huge. So that means we know this guy's photo. This guy is this handsome fella right here. We don't know his name yet. We'll figure that out soon. Back to Lauren. I want to come back to her. That helped us get Aunt Margot. That was nice. Clark. Clark is Lauren's child's name. Now. And Clark Rafferty, that confirms that Jacob Rafferty is in fact her husband. Awesome. So now we need a photo for Clark. Do we have a photo for Clark is the thing. I believe we do, because I believe this is him. Yes, this is Clark with his family. Okay, that's massive. So this right here is Clark. Boom. No hairline and all. Having a good time. I love these kinds of games. Awesome. Nice change of pace for once. That's what I was thinking. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's a very nice change of pace from what we usually do, which I thought would be really nice. I have the actual Case Files board game. That's super cool. I hate the name Margot. It's certainly not my favorite. Certainly not my favorite. Okay. She stole my pudding cup in 2nd grade. I played this with the physical detective kit you buy at Target or Walmart or whatever. It's usually a missing persons case, and you have to find out what happened to them. That sounds cool. Kind of sounds like Clue almost. Kind of sounds like Clue almost. Clue's a great game. Clue's a great game. All right, Clark Rafferty. I think we already know his occupation, but I want to double check it. So he was a musician. Let's look up this album they mentioned, These Times. Oh, guys, we got some more music. Someone with the username Diehard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted that it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently, this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentioned that it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later works. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so all that's left to do is to add the scan to your evidence. After a blazing fast 35-minute download, the track is also available. Okay. So we've got Clark Rafferty. We know his wife is a LaRue. We know this. It's Diamond's sister. Oh, but the name is not getting any easier, unfortunately. Interesting. Okay. So that does confirm that they'd be cousins. So James, Carl, Clark, all cousins. Great. There's a fourth cousin that we have not discovered yet, but we'll get there hopefully soon. Drinking a Sprite right now. The GOAT choice. Sprite. That's the way to go. That is it. That is it. I'm currently having a Coke. We got some soda drinkers in here. I'm a little Dr. Peppered out. Don't tell the doctor, please. I'm like that elderly woman that was told us if she didn't stop drinking Dr. Pepper, she would die. But the doctors that advised her to stop died before her. I've heard of that. There was an elderly woman who drank Dr. Pepper like every day, and all of her doctors told her to stop drinking it for her health, and she outlived all of them, like every single one. It was crazy. All right, new picture. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage pictures of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photo is, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Gwen and the boys. So I think this is Gwen's sons then. Meaning she did in fact have two sons. And I think we already know their names. Because remember she said Gwen wanted to do the alliteration, kind of like Wild Bill Williams. And she was keeping the Roottree name. Meaning this is Robert and Ronald Roottree, is what that means. Now the problem is figuring out who's who. Let's see if a little search on the interwebs can't help us. Nothing for Ronald Roottree. What about Robert? Nothing there either. All right. Well, I guess we'll have to figure that out in a second. Although to be honest, just from looking at the two, this guy looks older. And this guy looks younger. So I'm going to assume these are the right photos. I just don't know if these are the right names is the thing. Ooh. Film school. Oh, one of them went to film school. I am sure that's relevant somehow. I am so confident about that. I'm extremely confident that this is somehow relevant. Something about film school. Okay. I know it's going to tie in later. I just don't know how yet. I drink strictly water all day at work. When I go home, I go ham. I do only have soda sometimes, but I had Chick-fil-A for dinner, so I obviously had to get the soda. You gotta. Well, actually, what you should have done is get the milkshake, but I get it. You're trying to be healthier than a milkshake, which is pretty atrociously bad for you. But it's so good. It's so good. Favorite Wingstop flavors. Noob says garlic parm and lemon pepper. Not bad. Not bad at all. Pretty solid if you ask me. Atomic wings were disappointing, TBH. Atomic wings just sounds unnecessarily hot. That's what that sounds like to me. That just sounds like it's hot for no reason. Okay, while you guys fight about condiments and things like that, I'm going to continue our sleuthing here. I'd like to get, we're so close to getting a bunch more locked in entries. I'd like to get some of these locked in before I have to go. Because I do have to wrap up fairly soon. So where's our... I need to go back. I need to take a step back. I'm getting a little too in the weeds. I need to take a step back and figure out where I'm at right now and what is the next, correct direction for us right now. I'm thinking the next most relevant thing is Gwen's husband's name. Wild Bill Williams. What is his actual name? That's what I want to know. Wild Bill Williams was the leading man of some non-notable movies in the 1950s. He appeared in an adventure movie called Fortune Favors the Grave, which was yet to be released for home audiences. You don't have any additional information about that film. He was known for his good looks and off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that he even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party and that she was already aware of his reputation. Oh, Jesus. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. He returned there often. Oh my God, dude. What about Fortune Favors the Grave? Same thing. We just need a name. We just need a name. Because Bill yields nothing. Williams also yields nothing. So it's just all not legit. It could be... There's some Wilsons. But that doesn't really seem relevant here. We're just chopping up all kinds of fast food orders in the chat. I love it. Okay. Let's go back to my evidence and continue. I want to continue with the diary entries from Lauren, because we have one on Sam that we had not read yet. So, an entry entitled Sam from Lauren Roottrees' diary written in 1963. From a previous entry, you learn that Elias Roottree has given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Lauren writes, "Why Sam? I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two. But I was told, trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. I'm not the only one to realize." Angie summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but the rest of us, including Miracle Boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm that all 3 are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother, even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seemed thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains when an outsider has cozied into family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Oh, I hate this. It's just that rich... Oh, it's that nepotism we talked about earlier. Like, oh, God forbid a new member of your family, like, be nice and get involved in family affairs. Like, ugh, Jesus. Eli is Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Okay, so then one of Lauren's siblings is named Eli. And then Eli is also the name of Miracle's youngest son. Interesting. There are 3 Elises. Are you kidding me? Come on. Oh, you're not making this easy for me, are you? Not making this easy at all. So then, what is Sam's deal? How is she wrapped up in all this? Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for quite some time. Gwyneth, remind myself, is their mother. Or, no, that's Lauren's grandmother. How does Sam fall into this? Oh, Sam might be part of this top secret folder. Oh, I think Sam is somehow related to this. I think that's what makes obscure relative. That probably is this. Nepotism in this family goes crazy. I'm telling you. It really does. It's so apparent. It's filthy. It's disgusting. Is this the new Clue update? It certainly feels like Clue. And that's why I'm loving it so much. It feels just like Clue. All right, let's go to the last page here for Clark. One of the final entries called Clark from Lauren Roottrees' diary, written in 1964. Clark's getting married, and, in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18, for God's sake, and Danielle is much older. But only confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Well then, how are you one to talk? What? She got married at 16? Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids going with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians and artists and dancers and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. That's because Pop fancied Clancy to send him to the academy. Or forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. Our brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge. The most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his apartment once he retires. And as for me, my first published book, Swashbuckle My Heart, is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad president after all, and his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits and any other family, they'd all end up in the streets. Even Clark. Jesus, man. You guys are awfully harsh to your kids that, you know, really are doing not much different than what you guys are doing. Kind of insane, honestly. But this is good. We got some useful information here. Clark's wife's name is Danielle. Danielle Franks is her name. I think Clark's job is a musician. We are supposed to get his most recent occupation, though, and he's not a musician anymore is the thing. I was right! It's advertising! Because he's switched to advertising to do his ad jingles. Nice. There we go. Holy cow. All right. That was pretty damn good. We just got a bunch done. That was awesome. So we got James Roottree, Clark Rafferty, and Marguerite Roottree, the housewife. Booyah! All right, we did pretty good on that. Lauren Rootree is also not right. I think she should be author. Because she is an author, so I think I actually messed that up. Okay, that was great. We just got a bunch of stuff done from that. That was really, really good. All right, what is going on in chat? Guys, I'm eating my dinner, and my cat was staring at me so sadly. I thought she wanted some of my food, but she didn't want it. I realized her food bowl was empty, and I thought such a bad mother. How dare you? I'm calling CPS. Paw Patrol has already been contacted. My streamer is so smart, might be as smart as me. Or maybe smarter. Did you ever consider that? Did you ever consider that? Or maybe smarter even. Even smarter so. Isn't Paw Patrol a children's show? You're damn right it is. And it's the GOAT, okay? It's the GOAT. Don't disrespect it. They're like police dogs, fireman dogs. Definitely not smarter. You're so funny. No, I think I might be funnier. Or smarter, I mean. Or just both. You know, I'm a man of many talents. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents. All right, well, this man of many talents has some new faces. These are people from the folk group C&J and J&D. And we already know who everyone is in this picture. This is Clark Rafferty, Jim Roottrees, with Diamond LaRue, and, well, this is the one girl we actually don't know. That is the only thing we don't know, actually. It's the LaRue sisters. Well, we at least have some optional photos. This is him because of the beard, obviously. This is him, no beard. Diamond, we actually don't know which one this is of her. It's hard to tell, actually. We've got lyrics. Who played the song, by the way? You guys want to hear the song? Let's play the song. Ooh. Very beachy. Very 70s beachy vibes.
Life is life, love shall be. Me for you, you for me. Someday will come, though, that this tree will be the last of what was we. With passing years.
Okay, great. I'm loving this. All right, these are optional photos. We can always come back to that. It's not incredibly relevant right now. Okay, so this is Clark's third wife. Because his third wife is who he had children with. Now the question is, the Rafferty LaRues. There we go. So his third wife is a LaRue. And that's going to make her either Kim or Jane. But we can definitely figure this out by looking at this. Going back to this. It's C&J, J&D. So we know James or Jim goes with Diamond. Clark goes with J. So that means this must be Jane. Jane LaRue. There we go. And she is one of these. I just don't know which. I have no idea. No clue. No clue. And then this is... It's the older daughter in this photo, which is... Which one is that? It's the girl with the braces. Braces girl, braces girl, braces girl, and then where's pouting girl? Where's little powder? There she is. And then from this photo, we know Katrina is the youngest. So this is Katrina. And then the other one must be Jessica. Lovely. There we go. Perfect. Damn, if Clark divorced twice to get with Jane and have children, but he looks so old in this photo, but then looks so young in the photo of them doing the music together with the sisters, he had to have these divorces so fast. These had to happen like almost immediately then. That's crazy. All right, not important. I'm getting distracted. Okay, let's back up. Where can I go back to now? I've kind of gotten distracted, to be honest with you guys. I've kind of gotten lost in the sauce, so to speak. Lost in the hollandaise sauce, if you will. He pulled a "Let's get married in Vegas right now" card. Dude, he pulled a "Let's get married like down at the courthouse down the road" card. This guy was trying to go fast, man. It's crazy. All right. I do have to get going soon, but I want to try and get like 1 or 2 more people before we go. So this is our last piece of new evidence that I need to check out. It is a campaign mailer that Carl left in his inbox. So let's give it a look. This is buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It is a flyer about a candidate for a local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply, "Love is our future." The handwritten note says, "Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflicts spread to the next generation. CM." CM. Who the hell is that? CM. I have no idea who that is. Stephanie Jones? And then there's CM. Could CM... I'm thinking CM might be... This might be Carl, Clark, and James's last cousin. What's going on? What's happening in here? Hold on, what's going on? No. Truffle Aioli is also amazing. Truffle is fucking disgusting. I love it. Thomas, let me ban him, please. Truffle Stardew. Thomas, let me ban him, please. You can ban whoever you want, Tess. You're mod around here. Why don't you? You can go for like a timeout if you so choose. I don't care what you do. To be honest, I kind of don't know what you guys are talking about because I'm reading your guys' chat messages, but you're talking about like, I saw you're talking about like condiments or food, and so I was kind of just letting it go because I don't really know what's going on. So, Tess, you have true authority over chat. I'll let you handle this as you see fit. I put my full faith and trust in you. All right. Who can we get here for our last few people? I think I have Lauren done, so I'm going to leave her. I need the occupation for Gwendolyn. That's who I don't know what her occupation is. I am missing that. I'm trying to make it fit, but I also am kind of running out of time, guys. And I think I probably need to take a step back and reevaluate some of our information. Because I've got a lot to work with right now, like a ton. I've got a lot of stuff to work with here. Yeah, a lot. Okay, you know what, guys? I want to keep going so badly, but I am, unfortunately, out of time. I am out of time. If I had started to stream earlier, I would have had more time. So that is on me. That's what I get. It's unfortunate because this game is so fun and I want to play more of it so bad. This is such a good time, man. This is such a cool game. All right. We will have to continue this on Wednesday. I will absolutely be continuing this. This is so cool. I absolutely want to finish this game. Will we do it all in the next stream? Hopefully. We'll see. I've still got, there's 50 blood relatives. We've only got 12. So it seems optimistic, but as we get more of them done, I feel like it should get easier to narrow down on who's left. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a really cool game. I hope you guys liked it. It was a bit of a change of pace, a bit of something different, something new. I proved, I think, that I am in fact not bad at puzzle games. Might even be pretty good. So you guys have to show me a little more respect around here. I think you do. So yes, that is it for me, guys. I may or may not be here next stream if I'm not murdered by Tess. Tess, you know what to do. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Be nasty, Tess, noobs. Thank you guys for hanging out. I really, really enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed as well. I'll be back Wednesday. I hope you guys have awesome Tuesdays, Wednesdays, just weeks in general. Yeah. So take care, guys. Peace out. Until next time. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. See ya. Peace.